As the toll rises to staggering levels, reports the U.S. has surpassed China with over 80,000 since the start of the outbreak.
The United States has become the first country in the world to record more than 2,000 deaths associated with coronavirus in a single day.
The U.S. is reporting more than 20,000 deaths, surpassing Italy as the country with the most fatalities.
No country has been affected by the coronavirus like the United States. It now has more confirmed cases and fatalities than anywhere else in the world. The US is said to have the world's most advanced medical infrastructure and technology. With such might, why has the US suffered so much from this pandemic?
If we had, right from the very beginning, shut everything down, it may have been a little bit different.
But at the very beginning, the question of how to manage the coronavirus didn't seem to register. It turns out, even the best medical conditions can't override politics. And politics seems to be the Achilles heel of the world's presumably best political system. According to a recent Washington Post report, US President Donald Trump was not substantially briefed about the coronavirus until January the 18th, when he was in the throes of an impeachment battle. According to the report, Trump was ranting to lawmakers at night and making lists of perceived enemies he would seek to punish. It's safe to say that Trump had his hands full at the time. Alex Azar, the US Secretary of Health and Human Services, refrained from pressuring the president given their strained relationship. Instead, he told Trump that the situation is being monitored and managed.
We think we have it very well under control. We have very little problem in this country at this moment, 5. And those people are all recuperating successfully.
As we've been briefed, while the threat to the American public remains low of a spread of the coronavirus.
Impeachment and office politics couldn't stop the spread of the virus, but they distorted a person's decision-making process. The New York Times reported that Trump's response to the coronavirus during the impeachment battle was colored by his suspicion of and disdain, or what he viewed as the deep state. To him, many experts and capable bureaucrats belong to this group.
The argument is that you bought yourself some time, you didn't use it to prepare hospitals, you didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right now,
you're so disgraceful.
The entire
I said in January.
Your video has a complete gap.
On January 30th.
What did your administration do in February with the time that your travel ban bought
you?
A
lot.
The answer is not much other than partisan bickering. Trump accused Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi of being incompetent and called the disease the Democrats' new hoax. Pelosi retaliated by characterizing the administration's response as opaque and often chaotic. And by the end of February, the number of coronavirus cases in the US grew to nearly 70. Findings of a research by Brian Schaffner, a political scientist at Tufts University, on how partisanship shapes an average American's response to the coronavirus are revealing. Before Trump declared a national emergency on March the 13th, the number of Google searches for hand sanitizer was inversely proportional to predominantly pro-Trump areas, meaning Trump voters were searching about hand sanitizers at a lower rate than people on the other side of the political aisle.
To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
Immediately after the national emergency was declared, the curve flattened out, and pro-Trump people became more aware of their health safety.
The country is very politically divided between the Democrats and the Republicans, and that polarization has gotten much worse. So the level of communication between and dialogue in the country, I think, has been weakened and undermined by that. So they're so busy arguing with each other, they've got much less time to think about the world.
However, even when the problem became more prominent, partisan bickering continued. The $2 trillion stimulus package aimed at jolting the economy took several attempts to pass the Senate. Each side accused the other of playing politics or serving its own interest.
The bill still includes something that most Americans don't want to see: large corporate bailouts with almost no strings attached. Maybe the majority leader thinks it's unfair to ask protections for workers and labor.
Are you kidding me? This is the moment to debate new regulations that have nothing whatsoever to do with this crisis? That's what they're up to over there.
Gregory F. Treverton, the former chairman of the National Intelligence Council, said that this has been a real blow to the sense that America was competent. And he is right. Political dysfunction has defined Washington for the past several months. And as the US tops the charts of coronavirus cases and death tolls, there's no sign of change.